If you're having trouble finding profitable products to resell on Amazon, then this video is for you. Okay, we're going to be working with price lists, so large supplier price lists. Now, you don't need a bunch of tools. You can use many different tools for this technique. You can use, for example, Keeper. It's going to take a bit long with Keeper because Keeper doesn't look at your pricing. It doesn't care about your costs. It's just data. You can also use any bulk scanner to do this technique. I'm going to be using Astro because it's going to be much, much faster. Keeper might take about a week to do this. With a bulk scanner, it might take a day or two, but with Astro, it'll probably take 20 minutes and we'll go through it live in this video. So I'm just going to minimize myself and we're going to get this video started. So I'm just going to tuck myself away in the corner. So we're going to be looking at this price list here. So if you recognize this list, leave a comment and tell me in the comment section below which price list it actually is. So what we have here, we have the UPCs, brand name, descriptions, and we have our pricing here, net costs. There's a discount applied, so there's an automatic discount applied to this list. We're going to be actually going for the January promotions, so let's just do this. It's an old price list, of course, that's why I don't care about showing what's in this list. So we'll go for the January promotions, and we're going to be looking at these products. Here's our net cost, so we're going to be going off of this net cost, and there's a hefty discount already on some of these products, but doesn't mean we're not going to be going for a bigger one. So let's go ahead and upload this price list and get started. So add ASIN, we're going to go bulk upload. I'm going to drag and drop this just in there. And we're going to use the UPC as an identifier. And where is the UPC? 12-digit UPC. The price is the net cost. There's an item number in there, so we'll put that in there. There is a description right there. We don't need a comment. We can add some extra data points. Maybe we can put the brand in there. And is there anything else that we might put in there? No, I guess that's enough. All right, let's go ahead and import this list. All right, I'm going to pause the video now, and I'll be back when this list is uploaded. Okay, I'm back, and this list is up. So we have 2,200 ASINs in this whole list, and we can start going through some of these. Now, what I want to start looking at is a few things. Now, we want to negotiate for better pricing. Not everything's going to be profitable. So if you go through a few of these, like this one has $5.45 worth of profit, but if you look at it, it's a pack of two. Let's go ahead and type in 2 over here. And it's probably going to be no longer very profitable. Very little profit in this one. If we check out all the data points for this one, for example, probably not looking as good. There's only one seller. That's a bit of a red flag when there's only one seller. And just looking at the chart over here, we see that, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one here. Look at that massive down spike over here in the BSR. Maybe not a good one, but anyway, that's not what we're looking for now. What we want to see is which products is it worth for us to try to negotiate over. So we're going to get rid of a few of the ones that we definitely don't want. We definitely don't want to talk about with our supplier. We're going to focus on the ones that sell in high volume. It doesn't matter if they're profitable or not. As long as there's a chance of profit, we're going to go after it. We're going to remove everything that we don't need, and we're going to focus on the ones we should be focusing on. Okay, so part one of this plan is to get rid of all the products where the brand is the only seller. So to do that, we're going to go to filters, and we're going to go add a filter, and we're going to say brand is a seller. And we say true. And we also want there to be, we want them to be the only FBA seller. If they're the only FBA seller, that's when we're going to get rid of them. So we're going to say FBA offers less than or equal to 1. So go ahead and apply that filter, and we're going to remove all of these instantly. So there's 154 where the brand is a seller. So if you look at all these, Pork King, for example, if you check out the offers over here, Pork King good. So you see that all these products here, the brand is a seller, and they're the only seller. They're selling it by themselves. So I'm removing these instantly, just automatically just deleting all these. So they're gone. So we don't have to look at these 154 and waste our time. Now let's go back. Let's remove the filters and go back to the remaining list. Now another thing that I don't want to see is any products where Amazon is really dominating the listing. So again, I'm going to add some more filters. I'm going to say Amazon in stock more than 50% of the time. And I also want to see that they're in the buy box. So if they're also in stock and in the buy box, I don't want to see them. So Amazon buy box is Amazon, and if it's true, we're going to remove them as well. So there's 592 where Amazon's in the buy box and they got a lot of it. So that's good because we're just going to get rid of all these crappy ones. We don't want to see this crap. So we're going to go ahead and click on this, and we're going to delete all the ones that are filtered. 590. See you. Bye-bye. 592 products. See you later. Next, I'm not interested in selling any hazmat products or any meltable at the moment. Obviously, it's summertime in the US right now, so we don't want to be selling any meltables via FBA. So I'm going to also remove any meltables and any, so true for meltables and any hazmat. That's just me. You might be selling hazmat. That's fine. I just don't want to focus on any hazmat products. So I'm going to, this is either or. So let's just do one at a time. So bye-bye meltables. And let's also do hazmat now. And say hazmat, and there's another 37. All right. Okay, so far, what have we done? We've removed all the ones that are hazmat. We've removed all the ones that are meltable. We removed all the ASINs where the brand is the only seller. And we removed all the ASINs where Amazon's in the buy box. They've got more than 50% of the buy box in the last 3 months, and they have the buy box. So now we're looking at 1,357 products that we could start working with. Let's start getting in on these listings. So you might see Amazon in the buy box on over here on these ones, 100% of the buy box for some of them, but you see there's a different FBA seller in these ones. That's why I've kept them. Oh, one thing that I haven't removed are the ones with IP alerts and IP issues. So let's also remove them. So I'm going to go ahead and remove IP issues as well. So IP alert issues, and there's 3 levels of IP alert issues on this software. So high, medium, and low. So I'm going to consider anything that's low. So anything below medium anything above medium, sorry, is going to be more than medium, or more than or equal medium is gone. So there's another 59 here. We're going to remove them with one click. So delete them too. See you later. All right, and I think we're good to start doing our analysis. So what we're going to focus on in this whole process of negotiating for better prices, because we want to find profitable products, and not all products are going to be profitable. So the first thing we want to do is we want to filter and find the ones that we can actually start negotiating on. So it's very hard to negotiate with a massive supplier on 60 units, say, hey, I'm going to buy 60 units, give me a 30% discount. They're going to say, F off. But if you say to them, hey, I'm going to come up to you with a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 order. I want to buy 300 units of these, 800 units of those, 200 units of these, 400 units of those. They're going to start listening to you. So that's the approach that we're going to find. But I'm just going to show you how you can do it much, much faster. Instead of it taking weeks for you to get a purchase order up, it might take around half an hour just using this method. So what we're going to focus on are all the products that could become profitable with a bit of a discount, like a 20 or 30% discount. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, and it doesn't mean that we'll get the 20 or 30% discount, but we would need to come to the supplier with this offer. And after that, they can probably meet us somewhere in the middle. On some of them, they might be able to go all the way to 30%. Some of them, they might only go 5%, 10%, 15%. But it's worth having that conversation to actually find what you can do. So this is an interesting one I'm going to do now. So what I'm going to look for is ROI. So we're going to filter by ROI, but not positive ROI. We want that to be at least more than minus 15%. So minus 15%, not 15% ROI, minus 15% ROI. Because if you find something that minus 15% ROI and it has 10,000 sales a month and you can buy 2,000 of those, if you're going to buy 2,000 of those, trust me, your supplier will be interested in giving you a hefty discount. That minus 15% ROI ends up becoming a nice chunk, a nice bit of profit. So we're going to go for products that have a minus 15% ROI and up, and also sales. You need at least 200 sales. So when it comes to the bought in the last month, I want to say more than or equal to 200 at least. And these are the products we're going to start focusing on and try to come up with a purchase order from. Now, that's still a bit too many, so I'm going to actually increase that. I want maybe 300, because that is going to be a long video, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. But obviously, you should decrease the criteria and really go a lot harder. I'll also remove all the products where Amazon is in stock more than 50% of the time. So only show us products where it's less than let's say 30%. Even drop that even less. All right, apply that as well. Okay, 174 items. Now, I'm not going to click on every single one of these because it would just take a bit too long for the purpose of this video. But let's click on the first. Let's click on the first 50, and then we're going to send these to a shortlist within Astro. So I'm going to go ahead and add them to a shortlist. Just the first 50, just to go through this list, just so you can see this process. Let's go through the first 70, for example. Okay, so I'm going to add these to a shortlist, and this we called it finding winners or finding profits, and we're adding this to the shortlist finding profit. So here's the shortlist, same view as you had before. You can see everything you need to see. You can see the charts, you can see the offers, you can see all that type of stuff. But we want to start forming an order out of this, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to start looking at each ASIN individually and seeing if we can actually start working on this. So this one here, this is a 6-pack of 10 tablets. So we want to start entering the numbers here and make sure it's still something that we can look at. So this one, is it still profitable as a 6-pack? Yes, it is. This is a nice one. This is a glass. Okay. All right, great. So pack of 6 here. So you want to enter all the correct sizing. Make sure all the pricing is correct, because you want to start negotiating on these numbers, and you need to know if you're profitable or not. So pack of 1, 12. Is that a 6-pack or a 12-pack? 6-pack, 12 ounce. All right. So pack of 6. So you see, this one became minus 82%. Obviously, you can't get a discount on this one. No matter how big your discount's going to be on this one, it's not going to be good. So we're going to delete that one. You got to go through all of these. Make sure the sizing and the package quantity is correct. And that's how you're going to start working on it. So the next part of this plan is you need to assign an amount that you're going to buy. So you're going to need to assign how many you want to buy of each one. So next part is you need to see the sales rank. So the sales rank for this one is 77,000. The bought in the last 30 days is 300. Considering the competition, the recommendation is to buy 150. Okay, so 150 is the starting number. So this is let's say we're going to request 150 from our supplier for this ASIN. So this is a 6-pack, so it's actually not going to be 150. It's going to be 150 times 6, which is 900 units. So 900 units is going to make the supplier say, hey, okay, I can give this product for $3. That's $3.25. I can probably give them a 30% discount. Make this even more profitable than before. Let's keep going. So this one here is $12. So the higher the unit cost, the easier it is to make it profitable. So this one's $12.04, and it's 87 cents. It has an 87-cent loss. So an 87-cent loss. Basically, what we need for this product to start looking attractive, we need like a $2 or more discount. If we get a $2 or more discount, this starts looking quite nice. So if we were to get let's assume a 30% discount on this product, from $12, it's going to go to around $8 or so, $8. So at $8, this has got more than $3 worth of profit. So it starts becoming quite nice. If this product here that's $12.04 becomes $8, the profit becomes quite attractive. Okay, let's take it back to the 1204 because we still need the original pricing in here. Okay, so how many could we buy of this one? 400 units is what it sells per month. And the recommendation is to buy 200. So let's just, again, type in 200 here. It doesn't mean we're buying these. We're just exploring our options with our supplier at the moment. That's what we're trying to do. We're not saying yes 100% we want to buy this. Now this one here has an FBM person in the buy box, so I'd want to see what's going on here. We can either click on the offers here and bring up the offers, or we can actually bring up the quick view and bring up everything you need to see. So this one here is a bit of a red flag. I see only FBM offers, no FBA offers. It's a glass bottle from what I see. You can enlarge it here and you can see what it is here. Divina, blah, blah, blah. Now, the actually bigger red flag from what I see on this ASIN is the buy box. I don't like the way it looks. That doesn't look good. Let's bring it back to, let's check out the last 3 months. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look good in my opinion. Now, it hasn't had many offers in all of 25. So it is, this might be part of the reason why it's so choppy over here, the BSR. And there's 3 and 4 offers. Actually, you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. Looking at it further, it might be okay. It just, the fact that it had no offers is why it was so choppy in that period. So it could be okay. Now, $13.99 is what I see as the person winning the buy box. So that is a good indicator of what we can do. So $3.85. If we get another 20 or 30% discount on that one, probably get it for around $3 or just a little below $3, and it starts having a bit of a profit, $1 plus. So because we'll be the only FBA offer, then this one could be a good one. But it is a bit of a red flag because the bought in the last 30 days says 400, but the BSR really at 128,000. I'm not buying it. Actually, I'm not buying it. So I'm actually going to remove this one as well. Now keep going. Nature's Way. Let's check out this one. $1.44 worth of profit. $9.21. Again, it's nice when the actual starting price is a bit high because it means there's more room for you to negotiate. So if you're looking at a product that's $1 and it's got a minus 20 cent profit, the profit's minus 20 cents or a minus 20 cent loss, then how much, even if you get like a 40 or 50% discount and it becomes 50 cents, you're still only making 30 cents per unit. So you want the starting price to be a bit high because that way you can negotiate down and then it just gets more profitable. So yeah, like having a discount on this product that's $2.29. If it was a 1-pack, it would be very hard to actually get something out of it. But given that it's a 6-pack, you get a 30 cent discount, 30 cents times 6 units, $1.80. So $1.80 will have an impact on this. $1.80 less will mean it's $1 worth of profit. So if it has high sales, it's worth getting into. So basically, this is how you're going to be looking at this. So this one here, the recommendation is buy 400. I wouldn't buy that many of this one. Just a bit of a red flag for me, the way I see the high BSR. I'm just typing in 120 for that one. So this one here, Nature's Answer, 60 units is the recommendation. It's hard to negotiate for something like that. Keep going. What's this one? So this one, we have the brand as a seller. I just want to check them out here for a second. So the brand is a seller, Kuli store. Yep, strength. Yeah, I see them here. They got the 2 lowest prices are the FBA sellers. I think it might be okay. Let's just check out the charts on this one. A lot of Amazon. I'm gonna avoid this one. Okay, so I'll go through a few more, and then we can start working on the way we're gonna start, like actually getting that discount from the supplier. How we're gonna present the price list to the supplier to actually manage to get a discount from them. So Bardia Organic Group. We got this product for $3.17. It's already got $1.71 profit, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't try to get more. Like, $1.71 is great. It's awesome. Very, very good, but why not try to get more? So how many could we buy of these? 134 is a recommendation. Let's just say we're going to buy 120. And let's get a few more in here. We got this one here, $2.29. The one I mentioned earlier. It's got an 84-cent loss. We can buy 75. So 75 is not a lot, but we're talking about 75 times 6 because it's a 6-pack. So it becomes quite a few units. So 75 times 6, that looks good. Let's buy 75. Let's just buy 60. And let's have this one as our last one. Okay, the recommendation is to buy 300 of these ones. So 300, let's just go ahead and type in 300. It's got a 25-cent profit. If we can get, $1 off of this one, it becomes $1.25 profit. So let's start aiming for that. So the recommendation was to buy 300. Now, I've only entered a few ASINs here. There's like, what is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ASINs with actual quantities. Now, imagine I did the entire list. Just imagine. I'm not going to do it, but imagine I did the entire list. And I filled up every single number here. And there was 70, and I'm presenting 70 to the supplier. It's going to make a huge impact. So here's the next phase. You're going to download this as a purchase order. And this is basically what it looks like as a purchase order. So this is the list. These are the item numbers and all the things. These are the units that we wanted to buy. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add a few extra columns in here. And you're going to say, this is the original cost. We're going to change this to original cost. And this is the requested cost, requested price. So we're going to be requesting a new price from these guys. Okay. So this is how we're going to start. Now we can just easily, like willy-nilly, just apply a 30% discount to all of these, or we can look at each ASIN individually and come up with the best discount that's more appropriate for this product, you know, where we want to actually see the profit. So for example, the first one is Sport Lemon Lime. All right, let's check out Sport Lemon Lime just here. So $3.25 gives us $7.70 worth of profit. It's nice. It's not bad. The whole product costs us $20.10 to, you know, buy and prep and all that, all 6 units of each ASIN. But what if we were able to get this at $2.80 per unit? You know, we are buying 900 of these. We're buying 900. All of a sudden, it becomes a 60% ROI at $2.80. So there's no harm in asking from your supplier to offer this product at $2.80. You know, that's a bit of a discount. It's 55 cents off, but we are requesting 900 units. It's a 6-pack of 150 ASINs, 150 ASIN units. So we can negotiate for this pricing. Okay, let's go back and let's keep going. So this one here, $12.04. We're going to be asking for 200 units of these. What if we're to get it for it to be profitable for us? It's got an 87-cent loss. We probably want it at around at least $9, maybe $8.50. Now, $8.50 is a bit of a stretch. I'm not saying it's not, but the point is for them to come and meet us somewhere in the middle and see if that middle ground actually works. So I'm going to go ahead and type in $8.50 on this one. You know, they might say hell no. They might say, you know, maybe. You don't know what they're going to say, but it's worth a try. This is the way you start fighting it. And we're only doing this on 5 units right now, or 6 units. Now, the point is to do it on the entire list. There's 70 in here. You want to do it on the entire price list. And that's when, you know, it's going to be very impressive for their suppliers. You're going to see a massive price list with, you know, a $60,000 order. And you're just going to see which ones actually start making sense for you to buy, you know, after they give you their price, their discounts. You're opening up a conversation with them, and this is the way it should work. This is the way you can actually start getting profit out of this business. The next one has only 80 cents profit. You can probably price a bit higher than the FBM seller at $13.99. You could probably win the buy box maybe at $14.99. So I'm just going to type in. I'm going to override the buy box with $14.99. It becomes a bit more profitable, but we still want to try to negotiate a nice little discount on this one. So if we were getting this product for $3.25, for example, $3.25 instead of $3.85, what does that look like? How does that affect our profit? So we're at 58% ROI. Okay, so let's go ahead and request $3.25 for this next one. Next, we have this one here, 120 units, $3.17 per unit. At 120, it's got a $1.71 profit. It's still quite profitable on its own, but let's try to get this for $2.80. See what it looks like at $2.80. Like I said, there's no harm in trying. Maybe we can even go a bit lower. Let's go $2.60. So we're going to request this one for $2.60. The profit's nice and high, above 60%. At $2.60, it's 71%, so nice. Next one, this one's a loss, 84 cents. 84-cent loss on a 6-pack. We are looking at buying 60 times 6 is 360 units. So let's go ahead and ask for this product at $1.80 and see what the price looks like, or the profit looks like. So $2.10, 18% ROI, not that high. Maybe we should ask for an even lower price. You know, very likely that they won't give it to us, but there's no harm in asking. You know, you got to ask first. You know, you can't just say, oh, I'm going away, I'm not going to try this list anymore. You know, you might as well try. If you get rejected, that's okay. If you don't, great. You're going to make yourself a bunch of money. So this one's going to be $1.60. And let's go for the last one, which is 300, 25-cent profit. So let's ask for this for, let's just say $2.80. The profit will probably jump up a bit, maybe not enough. 94 cents, not enough. You probably want it maybe $2.40. So $2.40, you're looking at 45% ROI. So go ahead and do $2.40. Okay, so what you want to do then in the Excel spreadsheet, so this is the original total cost, and this is the requested Okay, so what we're going to do in the requested, we're going to highlight it so they can make sure to see the whole thing. Maybe make that black and that black too, so it's visible. Oh, we don't need that black. That's fine. All right. So next, we want to multiply the units we're going to be buying. So this equals the requested price times the quantity we're looking to buy. So we're going to go ahead and copy that. Probably want to delete this because we don't want to show them what they would have been making. So we delete that. We're going to do an auto sum here. So let's auto sum that right there. And now obviously we only showed 6 out of the the 70 units that we were looking at. We only showed 6. Now, can you imagine if we did all 70 of them? This order would have been like potentially like $60,000-$70,000. Obviously, they're going to pay attention to someone who's presenting them with a $70,000 order. This is the way you can actually start, squeezing profit out of a price list that doesn't look good. You need to be able to come in strong with your supplier and say, hey, show me what you can do if I'm going to buy these amount of units. After they come back to you, the numbers might be somewhere in the middle. They might say, no, this one is definitely no profit on the, definitely no discount on this one. This one we can do 15%. This one we can do 12%. This one we can do 18%. You're going to get a lot of these, but you're showing 70 ASINs to them. Okay, so or 70 SKUs to them. So by showing them 70 SKUs, on some they're going to be able to move. If the end order is only going to be like $6,000-$7,000, they're not going to really care. But if it's $60,000 or $70,000, they're going to pay attention. Trust me. Even all those suppliers that don't give you time of day because you're showing them these little $5,000-$10,000 orders. This is why they don't care about a $5,000 or $10,000 order. If you present them with a $50,000 or $80,000 order, trust me, they're going to start paying attention to maybe start negotiating with you and be a lot more interested basically in what you have to say to them. So that's the way that you can start extracting profit out of a price list that doesn't look good. I hope you gained value out of this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.